tree-lined suburbs of Seattle, Washington. On the surface, life there moved gently, with children riding bikes, neighbors waving across white picket fences, and families gathering for weekend barbecues. Among them, Isabella and Ryan were the couple everyone admired. They were college sweethearts who had married young, and together they seemed to embody the dream life. Their Instagram feed told a picture-perfect story: radiant smiles on mountain hikes, cozy coffee dates on rainy mornings, and captions about forever love. But behind those carefully chosen snapshots, a storm was already brewing. Isabella had always trusted Ryan with all her heart. He was charming, witty, and endlessly ambitious, constantly pushing himself toward the next big project at the marketing agency where he worked. For years, she believed she was his partner in every way, but lately something had shifted. Ryan's late nights at the office became more than just occasional. They became routine. His excuses piled up one after another. "Don't wait up, I'm working." The client meeting ran long. "I'll be home late." At first, Isabella brushed it off. After all, Ryan had always been hardworking. But soon the pattern became impossible to ignore. One evening, as Isabella sat curled up on the couch with a book, she noticed something different. Ryan's phone buzzed on the table, and his reaction was sharper than usual. He grabbed it quickly, turning away as though hiding the screen. Every vibration, every ping seemed to tighten his shoulders. When she teased him about guarding his phone like it was made of gold, he chuckled nervously and muttered, "It's just work stuff." Still, Isabella's instincts screamed otherwise. The first undeniable crack appeared days later. While tidying up the hallway, she slipped her hand into the pocket of Ryan's coat and felt a folded slip of paper. It was a receipt from an upscale waterfront restaurant. The total was for 2 entrees, 2 glasses of wine, and dessert. The date? Last Thursday. The very same Thursday Ryan had sworn he was locked in a late strategy session at work. Her chest tightened. Something was very wrong. She didn't confront him right away. Instead, Isabella chose to watch and wait. A few days later, she asked to borrow his tablet, claiming she wanted to download a book. She knew the devices were synced, and as she scrolled through the messages, her world shifted on its axis. There they were, dozens of texts with someone named Jordan. These weren't professional conversations. They were intimate, overflowing with affection. "I miss you. Last night was magic. I can't stop thinking about you." Isabella's breath caught in her throat. Her hands trembled as she read line after line. Jordan wasn't just a coworker. Jordan was another woman, a woman Ryan had been secretly seeing for months. The betrayal felt like a knife twisting inside her. But Isabella wasn't reckless. She didn't want to explode in anger without proof. She needed something undeniable. The following week, she drove to the waterfront district and parked near the very restaurant from the receipt. She sat in her car, her hands gripping the steering wheel, her heart pounding in her chest. And then she saw them, Ryan and Jordan, walking hand in hand beneath the glow of street lamps, their laughter echoing into the night. He leaned close, whispering something into Jordan's ear, the way he used to with Isabella. That moment shattered her completely, but it also ignited something fierce inside her. She refused to crumble. 2 nights later, Ryan came home to find Isabella in the kitchen, preparing his favorite dinner: pasta with homemade sauce, garlic bread warm from the oven. She greeted him with a calm smile, as though nothing was wrong. They sat together at the table. Halfway through the meal, Isabella reached for her phone. Without a word, she slid it across the table. On the screen glowed a single photo: Ryan and Jordan, walking hand in hand outside the restaurant. The color drained from his face, from his hand clattering against the plate. For a long moment, silence consumed the room. Then Isabella leaned forward, her voice low but steady. "I know everything. No more lies." Ryan's mask finally cracked. He admitted what she already knew. He confessed that Jordan wasn't just a fling. He had been planning to leave Isabella for her. His words were cold, cruel. He said Jordan understood him better. That marriage with Isabella had become nothing more than routine. Isabella's hands shook under the table, but she refused to let him see her cry. She stood slowly, her chair scraping against the hardwood floor, and walked to the doorway. Looking back one final time, she said the words that would close this chapter forever. One day you'll realize what you lost, but by then it'll be too late. That very night, Isabella packed her bags. She drove to her cousin's house and moved in. The weeks that followed were excruciating, but she found strength in therapy, in the support of friends, and in the quiet power of reclaiming her independence. Months later, Isabella shared her story on YouTube. To her surprise, the video exploded with views. Thousands of strangers commented, not just about the betrayal, but about her resilience. They saw strength where she once saw only brokenness. As for Ryan, life didn't unfold the way he imagined. Jordan eventually left him too. Alone, he tried reaching out to Isabella, sending long, regretful messages, but she never replied. She had already learned the most painful yet liberating truth. Sometimes betrayal isn't the end of the story. It's the beginning of a better life.